How do you structure the emails in a welcome sequence? What's the right way to practice copywriting? How do you present your work in a way that makes you look like a professional copywriter? That's what we're going to cover in this video. This is a selection or a combination of copy critiques from the Copy Skills community. My name is Nabil Aziz. I'm the founder of Copy Skills, and I'm going to switch over and share my screen, and we're going to get right into it. If this is a welcome sequence and you're delivering a lead magnet, your first two emails should be very clearly that you're delivering a lead magnet. The first email would be something like action required, your document inside, or whatever this is called. Action required, automated content system inside. So that's the subject line. Download your copy. You don't have to get fancy, just be direct and clear. The email is fine. You were direct and clear here. Let us know if you're ready to start the training by replying. No. What I would do is say, let me know this arrived safely in your inbox by replying with thumbs up emoji. Okay, email number 2, it should go out 6 hours after. And it should only be asking them whether they got the lead magnet. Hey, I'm just double checking. I promised to send you a lead magnet and I've sent the email. Could you let me know that you got it? Just reply if you got it. And in case you didn't get it, here's the link one more time. Then from the third email onwards, you can do your regular welcome sequence. So these subject lines are decent. I can see you followed the perfect subject line formula. The body copy, I noticed this in your emails when I was reading through them yesterday. There tend to be too many exclamations. It sounds like you're shouting, even though there's no caps. Try to figure out how he communicates in his emails. It sounds like his emails are a bit muted, just giving you straight facts. You can see his sentences are a little longer and he's not conveying as much emotion in them. Maybe you can add a little bit of personality to them. If you watch some of his videos, maybe you can identify what his personality will sound like in writing and then use that. But if he's someone that, like even the ellipses, if he's not somebody who uses ellipses a lot in his writing, he's not going to go for that when you send him these emails. Same thing with emojis. If he doesn't use emojis in his writing, because it's incongruent to what his subscribers have been receiving already, and it's going to be very obvious that somebody else is writing the email. So you want to match the way he communicates via email as close as possible. That's not to say that you can't try different things. But what I would recommend is if you send, after you improve these emails, you send him these emails and say, hey, what do you think? Would you like to try these out? And then maybe even pitch him on something like, if they book X number of calls for you, pay me Y dollars. And we can talk about that in the discussion space or office hours if you want, about making offers. So I can see that you're reviewing his existing content and coming up with ideas. That's good. You don't have to wait until the third email to soft sell. You can soft sell starting from email 1, because the first 2 emails are just about delivering the lead magnet. Prospect number 2, I think your welcome email is better than his. You're getting to the point, which is good. Just make that slight adjustment to the subject line and the preview text that I mentioned. Email 2, same thing. You do the 6-hour email, ask them if they got it. And this email, the value email, can be email number 3. Let's see. Ever set a huge goal, then watch it slip through your fingers. And so most people, they don't write like copywriters write. Short sentences, a lot of line breaks. You can see his sentences are longer. And the only time he breaks it if it's like a super long sentence. So don't be afraid to just write the way they write. The goal starts to feel more like a loss than a potential win. You got to make sure that it's grammatically correct. You just randomly break the sentence here and then it just looks weird. If there was an ellipsis, I can tell that, okay, you're doing it for a reason and you know what you're doing. But if you just randomly do a line break, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. So make sure you're formatting your email properly. This idea actually is not very clear. Like, ever set a huge goal, then watch it slip through your fingers, and no matter how hard you push, the goal starts to feel more like a loss than a potential win. Like, what are you trying to say here? Are you saying that no matter how hard they try, they can't make progress? Or are you trying to say that they chose the wrong goal in the first place? It's not clear. It also helps when coming up with ideas for content to use the words that they are using in their own content. Anybody with a personal brand, like who's creating short form video and long form video and all that stuff, just take their own words out of their videos and start saying it in the emails. You don't have to come up with stuff from scratch, especially with personal brands. So your problem overachieving consistency is, it doesn't make sense. What does overachieving have to do with consistency? When you're writing these emails, you need to pick one specific idea. We discussed this in Profitable AF emails in the rule of one section. One big idea, one person, one problem, one solution, one call to action. If the idea is consistency, why isn't the entire email about consistency? Like, this should be the start of your email. And then maybe you link to a video, like a social media video of consistency that's done really well of his. Instead of writing a long email, like, you can do it two ways. You can write out the content of the video inside the email, or just send them to the video to train them to click on things. Or you can do a shorter lead gen kind of email, a 100-word email, where it's like disrupt, intrigue, click. You disrupt them by saying something they're not used to seeing, generate curiosity, and then you induce the click. I don't know if he has a video about consistency, send them to a video about the consistency. But then when you're doing that, when you're sending them to a video, you can't basically give away the punchline before you get them to click. If you're writing the email from scratch, this is the start of the email. I'm going to tell you the truth about consistency. It's the reason why a lot of people never get what they want out of life. Consistency isn't about doing extraordinary things, it's about doing ordinary things for an extraordinary amount of time. The problem is people try to do too much too fast and end up being overwhelmed and burning themselves out. When if they start with tiny habits and do them every single day, they'll develop a tolerance and they'll get wins and generate momentum that becomes a virtuous cycle that allows them to keep going and expanding those habits as they get more progress. Is this something he actually talks about? Like, how much research have you done on this prospect in terms of like the topics that he talks about? Is he talking about becoming an entrepreneur and starting your own business and then quitting the 9 to 5 as a mindset coach? Because you said he was a mindset coach. When coming up with content ideas for experts with personal brands, you already have all the ideas you could possibly need to create emails by just watching the stuff that they put out on social media. And then make sure you are writing properly instead of being super random with the way you structure your sentences. Most people don't have a copywriting problem, they have a writing problem. And they don't know how to write English sentences properly. If that's something you need practice with, read Better Business Writing by Brian A. Garner. I'll put a few more recommendations in the notes of this video. First thing you want to know is, even when you're practicing, think about practicing in a way that is going to get you clients. I just went to this Insider Tech Instagram page and I clicked on their link in bio. It does not look like they have an email list. So writing emails for them might not be the best idea, because all it does is it looks like they're an aggregator for other news sites. And you would have seen that if you clicked on any of the links in their bio. Tech Insider is a theme account for Business Insider. Insider Today has a newsletter, so you can subscribe to that. Did you subscribe to Insider Today and read the emails they send? When you read the emails, you have a better idea of what they would send for a welcome email. Does a publication like Insider Today want to send emails like this? Did you think about that? All of these things are important. I could give you feedback on these emails, but that is not going to help you, because if I'm not mistaken, emails of this type would be irrelevant to Insider Today. So unless you're trying to just practice emails just for the fun of it, it's better to apply the lessons you learned in Profitable AF emails to emails that you can actually potentially send to clients and say, hey, I wrote these emails for you. Would you be interested in testing them? Something of that nature. Try to find out what email service provider they're using so it's easy for them to copy paste without changing anything. For example, if they're on ConvertKit, it would be something like subscriber first name. This is why it's important to get on people's list before you start practicing emails for them. Number two, you want to separate the subject line, preview text, and body with hard returns so that I can triple click and copy paste into my email service provider when I'm trying to put your emails in my broadcast tool and send them out. Copy and paste. It takes 1 to 2 seconds. The previous version takes maybe 3 to 5 seconds. That might not seem like a lot when you're doing it once, but over hundreds of times, thousands of times that people are going to be implementing your emails, that is a lot of time saved. Try to subject line variations for them to test. Give them 3 subject lines and 3 preview texts. The body can be the same. Another thing that you want to do is you want to make it super clear what is what. Like right now, if I'm zoomed out, I have no idea where the emails start and where they end. Even at 100%, I have no idea where the emails start and where the emails end. What you want to do is something like notes, any notes you have for the client, then emails, then email number 1, email number 2. Now look, when I zoom out, it's very clear to me where the emails start and where they end. These minor things make you look like a professional and make it much easier that people will take you seriously when you submit copy to them. This goes beyond whether or not you're writing good emails, because everything counts and attention to detail is super important, and you always want to look like a professional, even if you're a beginner. All right, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, if you found it beneficial, consider creating a free Copy Skills account and taking our community for a test drive, because we've also included a brand new free program with your account called Fastest Path to Cash. You can find the link in the description. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're liking, commenting, all that good stuff.